Welcome back. This is Friar Tuck. It's my epoch. Okay, so I know that you guys are expecting me to be somewhere that I am not right now, and there is, if you go over into my Patreon, take the 7-day free subscription, watch the video, you can find out yourself if that's important to you. Otherwise, just understand I had a huge learning curve and had to ride out a cold front. Now the cold front is on its way out. A little tip of advice: if you are following the wind, if the wind is heading northward, that means that warm air is coming. If the wind is heading southbound, that means that cold air is coming. So right now the wind is starting to move more north, so that cold front is out and I can make another attempt. But I've been thinking, having the weekend to spend there, not only watching trains, but it was like I got a chance to really decompress. It was like being back out on trail again. Even though I wasn't out on trail, I was in a place where I had a couple days worth of food, I had a couple days worth of water, I had places to use the facilities without having to leave my little spot, because I could go dig myself a cat hole, stuff like that. Okay, for a couple of days I got to just exit, and it felt good. And part of what I process when I come out of that, because I've been watching some of the things that have been being said and things that are being done, not only in the comment section, but just in general around the world. And I have to adopt this motto of I give up. Okay, the world, you can jump up and down and scream and yell and say, hey, you know what, the world is gonna blow itself up and we might become the next asteroid belt if we don't pay attention and make sure that we don't do something really stupid, right? Well, nobody cares, because they're so stuck in feelings and ideology and all this other stuff that you just there's why I give up. Why try and force a horse to water? Those that want to drink have already have found it on their own. They don't need you to tell them. They just need you to tell them what they've missed. And if they come up and they ask questions, great, let them ask their questions. But with what's going on in Israel and with what's going on in Ukraine, and with how this world war is kind of playing out and stuff like that, I expected a formal declaration, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna get one. So it's a matter of years, it's a matter of a couple of years before all the fire comes raining down. We'll just say that. It'll be a couple of years. Oops, I gotta go get the crosswalk apparently. This one doesn't do it auto, but and so now it's just, I'm gonna do that bucket list, that thing that I decided I really wanted to do, but I never had time because I always had other things that were important to do. It's time to just say, you know what, screw it. It's time to go, cross some of those things off of that bucket list. And doing what I'm doing right now is part of doing that. There is, I don't know, I think that this is becoming my new motto. If I care too much, all I'm gonna do is stop and churn my wheels. But I've also realized one thing, that you reach a certain point when you kind of give up in fighting in the first place. You're like, why do I want to fight people who have no interest in actually making any real change? Okay, you ask those questions, and after a while, that kind of is what leads you to I give up. So am I giving up like, the world's over? No. What I'm saying is, you know what? Anybody who's ever tried to sit there and say, hey, you know what? Do you not see what's coming? Do you not see? The time has passed to be able to not only do anything, to affect change, to brace for impact, or anything else like that. It's here. It's here. You're just watching a slow implementation. It's a boiling frog effect. Each week something more chaotic happens and it just becomes a new normal. everything is falling apart at the seams. But it doesn't mean you go run off a bridge. What it means is like, okay, assess your situation. What can you do? What can't you do? Okay, I can do this, but doing this is just not worth my time anymore. Those who were prepared are prepared. Those who are not prepared are not prepared. It's time to stop just telling other people, hey, you need to get ready for what's coming. Here's some training. Here's some ideas. And now those that are that are already in the know, in the sense that they've been expecting this to come for a long time. Now this is their turn to sit back and really learn and apply the skills in which they've been working on for so many years. So anyways, there comes a point in time when you just got to carve out your camp and just do you. Okay? And I think that if you're smart and if you're wise at this point in time, that you'll actually sit back and go, you know what? I've lived my life for everybody else for so long. It's about time I live my life for me. Or it's all I've done is give, and it's about time that I take. That was kind of that's kind of what I've been seeing people are starting to do. And eventually everybody's going to get to that point. And if you're already not prepared in that mindset of, okay, time to let loose and just do me, grab what's mine, and do what I got to do, well then, if you don't adopt that mindset early enough, not that you're going to actually do it, because I'm not recommending that you do it, but I'm recommending that you at least understand where they're coming from. So when it comes to preparing to defend yourself from people like that, you already have some inside knowledge of what it is, not only that they're feeling, but what they're expecting. Okay? So, I think this war in Egypt, honestly, I'm wondering if formal war will be declared here soon. Because, the way everything's going, Egypt and Syria, and now Ukraine and Russia and NATO, the whole world is at war. It's so open, you can't, there's too many intertwined conflicts between the superpowers and their proxies that, I don't know. But here, I got a question for you. This is just a question. You can say what you want. Everybody's going to hate me for it. But, I find it funny that Israel gets a free pass from the United States after, pointing out our flaws, of course, which, rightfully so, to the point that we as the United States can't even say, well, we also learned from those lessons and we're not going to ever do that again. Instead, it's just saying, yes, we plan on doing it again. There's a lot to be said in that meeting between, and I think it was CNN who broke it. I forget who read it. I can't remember who read it. I think it was Canadian Prepper. But anyways, all right. So I'm going up to take 30 minutes to charge my phone. Grab me a few extra bottles of water, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. So I hope that this didn't scare you. I kind of hope that it kind of gave you that push you needed to stop worrying about trying to get everybody else on board and just start worrying about you. Stop worrying about getting anybody else on board. Whoever's there is there, whoever isn't, and it's time just to let them go. Because if you try and bring people up, sometimes they'll drown you both. And you don't want to be drowned with somebody who never really had any intent. Because one of the things I'm starting to see a lot out here is those that have the silver spoon mentality. It's not just one person. It's all these new homeless. And it's like they're paralyzed. They don't know what they're doing. Okay? And you can try and help them, but all they got is excuses. And you try and you try and you try, but they've got excuses. And you're like, okay, well, sometimes excuses are valid, but sometimes they're not. And the way that this kid was going, it's like, man, sometimes when in Rome, quit trying to rock the boat and turn it into what you want it to be. And that's kind of one of the things you have to learn out here, is to you gave up control. You lost control the second you came out here. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. You know how to help the channel. Become a subscriber, like, and all the other stuff's down in the description. But check out Patreon. Thanks for watching.